What's going on YouTube and Destiny 2 community? This is FGTV back at it again. This video here, we're going to be talking about my loadout for Iron Banner and for Trials and pretty much PvP in general. I would say this would be the tryhard class to make. And me personally, when I'm playing quick play or the competitive section, I don't like to go try hard. I like to try out other guns to see how they stack up towards other guns in the game. So, again, you can use this for any PvP regardless. To start off, I like to do Dawnblade. Dawnblade itself, I think, is the best for PvP for the Warlock. I like to do the Solar Grenade that has damage over time. I also like to use the Empowering Rift. Obviously, you guys know what the Empowering Rift does, and I like to go down here with the Atonement of the Flame spec. To me, this is just more superior than the top section here. So, we're not going to really go into detail here or why I'm picking this. This is just my personal preference. Firebolt Grenade is okay if they're low on health. To me, this not only damages them over time, but it allows you to block off areas. So if you're going down a hallway and it veers into two different directions, throw this grenade, it blocks them from going that way. You can go the opposite direction he's going. There's more possibilities for this grenade than just damage over time. So that's why I'm picking that grenade. And Dawnblade itself, with the gliding in the air, raining down the flame strikes that it shoots out of its sword, to me, it's better than the other two specs that the Warlock brings. For the guns, as of right now, if you're not using the Mida multi-tool, you probably aren't being as competitive as possible into the Trials and Iron Banner. To me, everyone's using this, and it's because of the high caliber rounds here. It just causes more damage, and if you're precise with it and hitting headshots, you're doing the most with the gun itself. So if you haven't yet got the Mida, go ahead and get it. It doesn't matter what power level, because the power levels don't affect Trials or Iron Banner. So get it and start using it, get good with it, and that should be your top priority going into the competitive list and PvP for Destiny 2. A lot of people are saying that it's going to get nerfed like it did in Destiny 1. Why did they make it as powerful now as they did when it first came out in Destiny 1 if they're just going to nerf it? To me, I can't speak on that part. To me, I think it's going to get nerfed just because Destiny and Bungie wants to have diversity in their gun selection. So I can see the Mina multi-tool getting nerfed sometime during next season to push other guns out there. So again, Mida multi-tool. For those who don't know, the perk is intrinsic there. This weapon boosts move speed, and the best thing is the hand laid stock and the special ability where the radar is active while aiming down sight. This allows you to not only see your target, but to see if someone is flanking around you if they're not crouched. So again, that's just another perk with this gun, along with high caliber rounds. So again, I must stress this: get the Mina multi-tool, get good with it, learn to strafe and shoot, and you should be good. Next section, we're going to go to the energy weapon. My personal opinion is the Ural's Gift. To me, it's one of the best auto rifles in the game. Again, it has high caliber rounds. You can decide to put the high caliber rounds on if you would like. Right now I'm using steady rounds, and I'm using the Flash HS5 scope. To me, it's a little better than the Spark PS, and then it has tap the trigger. I really don't care about this perk too much, but the high caliber rounds is a option as well. To me, if I'm using high caliber rounds, I'm using Mida. This is in case there's 2 or 3 people there, and I'm trying to pick them off while strafing. So you can interchange these if you would like, but to me, this is what I'm running. for the power, to me, power is give and take. I like this. Sins of the Past, the rocket launcher that you get from the raid with the cluster bombs on detonation, it allows you to take on groups if they are stationary. A lot of the maps are a lot of aiming down sight, team shooting and stuff. So if you're managing to flank around and shoot the team with this, you're guaranteed to break up that click that they had down there, stationary shooting down sights, using the great line of sight to their advantage, especially again if they're using the Might multi-tool. That is my premise on this. These two here I normally use for PvP and PvE, but we won't talk about PvE. This is strictly PvP. On to the right side, as you see, my recovery is 8, my resilience is 1, and my mobility is 5. Resilience, for the people who don't know, this is basically your health. The higher your resilience, the more health you have. Recovery is the increased speed in which you regain lost health. This also helps with regaining it at a faster rate than normal. And mobility increases movement speed and maximum jump height. To me, jumping in this game, unless you're trying to get from one location to a higher location, jumping just puts a big target on your back and allows you to stay in the air to get picked off. To me, jumping is bad in this game. There's ways to avoid it, but having high mobility isn't always about jumping. In this game, mobility doesn't affect your actual run speed. It affects your walking speed and your crouching speed. It does not affect your run speed at all. So having high mobility only benefits players who are strafing. If you guys don't know what I mean, it's aiming down sight, moving left to right while walking. This not only helps you move faster while in gun battles, it makes your opponent who is trying to shoot you have to try to figure out your movement and all that. So the higher mobility, the better way you're moving side to side faster while walking. There was a video who I'm not going to name the channel, but I will link it down in the description below if you would like to check it out. It went over the mobility, it went over resilience, and it went over the recovery aspect of the game. So me, I'm very aggressive, so I don't like to stand still. So me having high recovery allows me to get back into the fight faster. So a lot of the armor that I'm wearing for PvP, you're not going to see with resilience. To me, if I'm quicker and I'm more fast on this trigger, I will get the kills faster than my opponent. So to me, resilience doesn't matter for me. Now, if you're stationary and you're playing very laid back and you want to sit behind something and wait for someone to come in your line of sight and shoot them, having high resilience and stuff like that, I would probably say switch out recovery for resilience, or switch out some mobility for resilience if you're one of those stationary players who like to hold down a point rather than play a very, very aggressive. So I'm using the mask of the Full Minotaur. This here is the raid mask that you get. To me, I like it. I don't like the overall look of it, but it has high recovery and no resilience, so that's what I use. As down here, the gloves. We're not going to go over every name of each item. This is the gloves I use. Again, high recovery, no resilience, mediocre mobility. You can interchange them through here. If, for example, you want less mobility and more resilience, you can switch it to get a point in there. Again, to me, it's not worth it just because of my playstyle. A lot of this has to do with your playstyle. So playstyle becomes a factor in this game. Now, it's not all about what gun's the best and what has the highest power and what has the highest accuracy. It's about a lot of the games. PvP becomes your playstyle. What better suits your playstyle? Are you aggressive? Are you stationary? Do you like to camp? Do you like to hold down a section? Things like that. So that's the gloves. Again, I like to use this in PvP, or I'm sorry, PvE, because of the mobility and no resilience and recovery, but we'll talk about that here. I have the robes. Again, if I was to find a better robe with less resilience, with better mobility to recovery, I would be switching it. We're not going to really talk about the interchangeable mods that you can put on. Again, it's just player preference at this point. Having the higher power isn't giving you the benefit in this PvP, which I don't agree with. Some people should be rewarded with me in 305 in some kind of PvP playlist. I like the transverse steps. This, while sprinting, movement speed is increased and energy weapons are automatically reloaded. This, to me, again, I'm very aggressive. I like to play in your face, come at you. So to me, this is the best exotic for your armor and PvP. Some may say the other ones are, but again, it all is based on your playstyle. So I like this. It has high mobility, no resilience, mediocre recovery. So that's pretty much all we're going to talk about here in this video. I did make a video a while ago explaining the Ural's gift. I will link that in the description as well. I didn't make one for my multi-tool because everyone made one, and I probably won't make one for heavies just because heavies are just so OP in the game. So I probably just stick with kinetics and power and energy weapons. I'm sorry, kinetic and energy weapons and not power. But if you guys want to see something in general, something specific that I haven't made, let me know in the comments below. If you want to see a PvE setup, please let's get 5 likes on this video and I will go ahead and push that video out for you. And again, if you guys want to see any other videos that I haven't made, or you want me to elaborate more on something, let me know in the comments below. This is FrankgeppiTV signing out. Peace.